This is what I call Kirk Cousins' comfort food. Short, quick, comfortable passes, especially at the start of the game. Also, we finally got under center and did some play action. That's why we brought Robinson in here in the first place. This is a separate play, but I want to highlight this for its pass protection. See, it's a lot better than last week, and I mean, we played a better D line last week, but still better game plan and also adding in the chip to get off the better pass rushers and get Bajan in there, who's really good at that, among other things. Still, like last week, we didn't execute in the red zone the way I would have liked. First off, with this play, having a guy come wide open on Kirk's blind side, let's get that protection better, please, Lord. And so we have a missed throw, a missed opportunity here. Also, I actually do like this play design, especially with when you see Kyle Pitts coming down the body of your screen coming open. They ran a play like this last week, and it was called back to a penalty, but I want to get back to this. This is how you increase Pitts TD numbers right here. Plays just like that. This here is actually the very next play, and you see Pitts again coming open at the bottom of your screen in the middle of the field, but for some reason Kirk panics, overthrows, and it's a wasted play. I wouldn't say it's a perfect pocket here, but I think a veteran should be able to step up and make a throw, especially with a guy wide open. You got to hit that. This one I'm gonna just tell you, Darnell Mooney's running out to the bottom of the screen, and this play frustrated me because it's one of those where a guy's open, but the ball is underthrown going outside. And when he made plays like this last week, that's the kind of stuff that made people think or wonder if he was still hurt or was just lack of confidence. This ball needs to be out in front and leading the receiver to the sideline, but it's not. And then the other part, you look at the protection he got. I mean, it's good here. You got time, so him rushing this and having an incomplete pass is just it was troubling. And this play here, this also it really frustrated me because it was one where it was completion, but as you'll soon see, you had a guy, Rory McLeod, wide open. This should have been a touchdown. We get a first down, get the completion, but I mean, what could have been? Got to make them plays, especially against a team like the Chiefs. One thing I kept noticing throughout the game, which I guess every commentator on TV done said, is that they ran cover two shell all night. And it really wasn't much outside of that. And so the middle of the field is wide open. So you have, opportunities there that Cousins, again, is comfort food he likes. So when I was watching the game, Troy Aikman made a comment that I disagreed with. He thought, given this route structure, that Mooney at the top of the screen, that Kirk could have drilled this in there if he had more confidence. I don't think he had the arm strength for that ever, but I saw Pitts down there who I thought was in better position. But if you want to say that Cousins was playing too conservative, I agree with that all the way. So I'm starting this film at about 4:28 in the third quarter, and I say that's the point where Kirk Cousins really came around and started being the guy that we signed. So here's another out route to Drake London, and I want y'all to take a look at where this ball placement is. You see that right there? In front of the receiver, leading him, taking him to the sideline, although he fought to stay in, but that's the way it's supposed to look. And he didn't really get his feet all the way set. He had a good base, but he didn't step through it, but it still was in a good spot. So you could tell he got some of what he had back. So this play is a check down to Pitts, but you look back at the coverage, it is what you think it is. But you see at the top of the screen, down at Mooney coming open. What I want to get is to a point where he gets the confidence to be able to take that shot at some point. But going back to the pocket, I want to show you how his footwork is improving as he gets in here. So watch. He sees there's a little bit of pressure coming, but he steps up and gets the ball out. See, that's the confidence, that's the footwork, that's all the technique coming back to him. And again, with his footwork again, that's a good base. A good pass protection too. Again, they were doing a lot of that. So look, going through his reads, his progressions, and hitting the open man. Like that's the kind of stuff that I want to see. That's what we got him here for. Now here we get to our touchdown pass. Now look, they go cover zero, so they do something different this time. But I want you to see what he sees immediately and makes a great throw here. By the way, this is actually a great disguise for this blitz because it looks just like the other two shell looks. But you see, he makes the throw here, post route, the guy's by himself, and mind you, like look, he is. We're gonna go to the pocket in a minute, but look, Kirk is really on his back foot. He can't even step into this throw, but he got enough power to get it to where it needs to be. Like that's, like I said, that's what we was missing last week. And that's what we signed this guy for. Okay, so we got to the game winning drive, and I ain't gonna go through every single play, but I just want to highlight some stuff that I thought was special. So in a 2 minute drill, you want to get the first chunk play over the middle of the field, and so they have Kyle Pitts chip and releasing, and look, he's right there, wide open. Good to get this ball out, and then watch that he. If you look at Kirk in the pocket, he makes an adjustment because pressure comes his way. He just steps out the way again. The footwork going again. Good base, good step through. So next you need a big play outside, and here's where this came in. So, you know, this coverage, you already know what it is. I ain't gonna go through it all. Again, they do it, but this time they do it more conservatively because of the 2 minute drill. And there's a way that I think you should defend this, but thank you. I'll take the reception. But if you want my opinion, I think in the 2 minute situation, I don't mind it being a cover two shell. This is actually a cover six, but I don't mind a cover two shell or a cover four with match principles. I want to be able to cover the deepest receiver. I want to be able to get a man on that person. We be like the Army and Marines. We leave no man behind. But anyways, back to Kirk's footwork, man. Just beautiful. Just sit in the base, settle down, drive through, and put that thing. That's an NFL quarterback right there. So the game-winning touchdown actually goes back to the play we mentioned in the first half on the goal line, where you're throwing out over here to Drake London. I'm starting to not become a fan of man on the goal line because what you see here, this little double move at the top. Me personally, I'd rather have my guys in zone so that they can take a leverage and stick with that instead of getting pulled off here like Slade did. And again, man, look at his body motion. Look at the time he got to throw, man. All that is perfect in the red zone. It's really what we needed. I just pray that it's a sign of things turning around, turning up for the Falcons, and that maybe next week we can get the Chiefs a run for their money.